We're recording right now.
There?
We're recording right now.
Did we start?
Yeah, can we start now?
All
Sure.
right, someone do an
Can we
intro.
start over? Okay, I'll do the intro.
Damn.
Welcome to
Okay, great. We start when
Why
Tucker
did you
runs
leave
away.
right when I was? Welcome to the
Oh
hand.
my god.
The whole
You literally just
your
like walked
fat
in front of
fucking feet shake the
Bigfoot
whole
comes
camera.
walking through here.
All right,
Okay.
Let's get it.
welcome to the hand. I never slayed it either. Whatever.
Start.
You can cue it.
Welcome to the Handmade House podcast, episode technically 6, the Halloween episode. You want to play our new song now?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it now. All right, slap that shit at me.
All right, shout out Josh on the vocals this week. Here we go.
Handmade House podcast. We got that. Handmade House. Got that Handmade House podcast. Podcast.
How is that song? Probably pretty fire. Am I just like
You're very dark.
I'm very dark right now.
Yeah, you're
Hold
very,
on.
very
You
dark.
guys talk it up. I'll be right back.
We need like front light.
Amin.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, we're just gonna still keep going.
Yeah,
You
we're gonna
want-
jump right in.
Okay, because
Like my guy John Mayer said.
Yeah. Well, he said he wanted to stop the train.
Stop. Anyway,
I was thinking we were gonna stop the train, but
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
all right.
fine.
Okay.
He's gonna crawl under the camera. Oh,
really great operation. We got.
and
Oh,
good
nice.
job.
Really
That was
nice.
good. That did
We
so
are
much.
lit up.
All right.
Great.
We should
great.
do it like
Anyway.
this every week.
All right.
So we were
I'm
talking. This
back.
is actually the best lighting we've had yet. I think.
Wow.
All right, so we were talking about, right before we hopped on this podcast, going on tour, like we normally do, and the things that come along with it, right? This is the topic that we were going to bring up. This is what you
Yes.
couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want. Tell them exactly what you want in your life.
So here's the thing. On tour, there's not a lot of comfortable things that are part of your daily lives, unless you're like a really big artist, right? But like day to day for a small to medium sized band, you're toughing it out on the road. And the biggest thing for me is the poops. All right, so you're pooping in different places all the time. I said before that it was the Wild West of poops. Okay, and so I will say that I'm a big fan of bidets. Okay,
How many have you tried?
how many different bidets?
Yeah, like how many in your lifetime? Because you're like, oh, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I've never even seen one in person.
So there's lots of different kinds, right? So there is the handheld bidet. It's not really a bidet at that point. Really, it's like a sprinkler for your butthole. But like it functions the same way. So what you do, it's attached to the water line, like in your bathroom. And so then there's like a little holder for it on the wall. You take it off the wall. You lift a cheek, and then you squirt water into the designated area. So that's the one I'm most familiar with growing up. But there are fancier ones these days where it's like installed onto your toilet seat, and like you adjust the temperature and stuff, and it like does all the squirting and stuff. It's pretty interesting. But for tour purposes, I am looking into getting a portable bidet, which functions like similarly to a water flosser. So it's handheld, right? And so what you do, I'll make this real quick here. So you'll go to the bathroom. Let's say I'm at McDonald's, okay, for instance. And so I go to the bathroom, I turn on the sink, I fill up my handheld butt washer, and then I go to the stall, I do what I need to do, and then I just kind of, squirt it in there. And so I don't have to have any, issues with toilet paper. No burning sensations. I don't know if you guys have experienced this.
No.
Josh says he's
No.
never.
I've never had
Dude.
a burning sensation from wiping.
Okay, look.
You need to spend a little more on toilet paper. Is what
I think
Dude,
maybe you're going
but-
too hard, or you're
Okay,
toilet paper.
or
so-
maybe this life.
I'm
of
not talking about
bidet-
at home use here. I'm talking about touring, right?
Right.
So when you're at a restaurant, they don't have nice toilet
You
paper.
just
like,
bring your own at that point.
dude, that's so inconvenient though. Like, who walks in with their own roll?
I have a
of
question
toilet
about
paper?
the bidet.
Yeah, what's
About
up?
your handheld bidet.
Mhm.
So you say, you lift a cheek, you get under there, right, and you're
Yeah.
squirting up.
Yeah.
Gravity's working against you.
Mhm.
So you have your hand under there,
Yeah.
right? It's squirting up.
Mhm.
Is the butt water just
Well,
dribbling
like,
back
look,
onto your hand?
You're doing it at like an angle, right?
Yeah.
You're not literally like shooting like straight up. I'm like kind of to the side, but like
so half your butt's
the
clean.
the hose. No, but the hose has it has like a little angle on it.
Oh.
So like I'm to the side, but then it's shooting like slightly upwards.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that works.
L shaped.
Yeah. Look, I don't know if I have a sensitive, beehole, but
You've already said
I've already
butthole
said
like
but
twice.
but toilet paper just it's not cool.
I think it's
I'm not
because
a
you
big
had
fan.
this life of
Yeah, I grew up
bidet usage.
Yeah, and most of
It's
the world
pampered
does.
your
I
butt.
think. I think it's like really just an American
Sure.
thing to like it like you guys do, and,
Maybe
and like just
incorrect terminology.
that's what it feels like though, man. Like it feels really aggressive.
I'm gonna have such a mental battle whether or not I cut that out.
And another thing to keep in mind: are you ever really clean?
Well, okay. So the only time I ever feel like 100% clean is if I shower after.
Totally.
Exactly. And so
Totally.
the bidet kind of functions like
As
a
the
shower
shower.
would. And then you can use the toilet paper to dry off,
Right.
After.
You're not going to squirt all up on your butt and then just immediately pull the pants up.
Yeah,
That's
you know.
weird.
That would be weird.
That's
you
weird.
can dry off after.
You have
So
to.
a couple things. It's better for the environment because you're using less toilet paper.
I agree with that.
Right.
Apparently Josh has no issues with toilet paper, but like I'm wiping till it's white. I know there are people
Yeah.
out there that wipe till it's like really
So
light
like
brown.
a ghost brown, yeah.
But like I'm wiping till it's white, okay? And sometimes if there has to,
it takes a long time for sure.
it takes a long time and the friction sometimes turns things red.
I
okay?
think you might be trying too hard.
I'll start bleeding. No,
yeah,
I don't.
I think he's scrubbing.
How hard is the water pressure on the bidet?
It's like doesn't hurt, but like it's hard enough to get everything off.
Okay.
I've honestly never used one.
I highly recommend it.
It
I
sounds
think you guys are
fantastic.
gonna switch over. It's just better.
I think Josh and I need to go ahead and just like make the switch. To
So you
one.
tell me that you guys have never had like I don't even know what you call it,
I've
butt burn or something, like after you
No.
wipe.
No, I feel like I'm a toilet paper stickler. Like,
Yeah,
I get
I
the
don't
good
like
stuff for
bad
sure.
toilet paper.
Yeah, Mason just doesn't wipe.
yeah, that's true.
Saves
no wipe,
money.
no burn.
You guys have never bled from toilet
No, okay.
paper.
I told.
Whoa, I'm
I-
definitely not bled.
Really?
Well, okay. I told.
What
Josh,
are you doing in
Like I'm
there?
just wiping till it's white. That's all.
So when you say bleed, how
Like
much
just a
blood-
little bit.
like
just,
the tiniest bit.
Yeah, just a
yeah,
little
that's
bit.
happened to me. a
like
couple
like
times.
you take out the TP and there's some blood on. it.
yeah. There's like
Well,
a little
this
bit.
is
Well,
gone.
when you when
Whoa,
no, no, no,
Work,
no,
like
no,
a
no.
guys.
tiny amount. It's not
When
like
you-
I'm
it's
gonna rope us
soaking.
back in a second.
Hold on.
Finish
No,
your
no,
last
no, no,
thought.
But it's not like a it's not like you wipe and the toilet paper you're pulling out is like
No.
red. It's like a spot.
Yeah.
Like literally
like-
like,
or like a
less
little-
than an
little-
eraser size.
little streak
pencil
or
eraser
something.
Do you
size.
think that's from? Do you think that's from the poop rubbing on your skin and scraping something, or do you think that's literally from the toilet?
I think it's from the toilet paper
It's toilet
like wiping so much that you bleed. But I don't know. I don't
Guys.
I
know.
can't imagine how the toilet paper would be so like coarse that it would
Dude.
scrape your butt.
We're so deep.
there's
into
some
this
rough
right now.
toilet paper out there.
Do you think it's from the sides, like the skin of the inside of your butthole, or do you think it's from the literal?
Bro, I
butthole?
use Charmin Ultra Soft, and that's
Same here. I just
Game.
restocked us, by the way.
I saw. I restocked us on laundry detergent. Mason and I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. We're gonna have clean clothes and clean buttholes from here on
Anyway,
out.
that's the plan. I think if I have my portable bidet on tour, I'm gonna feel so much more comfortable. It just elevates my lifestyle. It's great. So yeah, just my thoughts. We can share it at first if you guys want.
I don't want to share any more
Okay. I
about
don't
that
wanna-
situation.
No.
We all have to get one.
Just
It'd
like
be
these
fun.
Converse
It just
we're gonna
seems.
get.
It also seems like a little harder.
What do you
Just
mean?
just because you got to get an angle on it.
Well, like,
I do think I would feel cleaner.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd trust it 100%.
Well-
I think I'd have to use it and
Well,
then
okay, so-
also wipe.
Yes,
Well,
you
yeah,
would. It's,
you-
I think it's a combo thing
Okay.
for sure.
You're just using less of the.
but like,
It's
a,
like
you know,
baby wipes.
you can just pat with the toilet paper after just
yes,
to dry
a
off.
pat dry.
There's no like, you don't have to like rub. You know,
Rub. You don't have to rub anymore. Now that I know he uses the description of rub to wipe, I understand why he's bleeding.
Why I'm.
Anyway,
You go to a man's bathroom and he literally has like a squeegee. He's going in.
he's got like a loofah, like for the
Yeah.
shower.
Oh, that's really bad.
steel wool.
Yeah, I was about to say steel. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm extra sensitive because I just grew up with a bidet. I think Josh's butthole is just like it has
You
like
think my butthole's calloused?
yeah, it has
And
freaking calluses
That's not
on
how
it.
that works. I don't think I have calluses.
Guys, I don't know how to control this right now. Can
What are
we-
you trying to control? This is a normal conversation. You're just nervous
Hey,
because it's a
I'll
camera.
bring up a conversation. Let's get off of this, right? Okay. How do you guys wipe? So,
Yeah, we
do you-
totally just got off.
okay, so there's a
Let's
couple.
switch
There's a
the
couple
subject.
ways. There's a couple ways. There's the lean over. Okay. There's a lot of different ways. Okay. There's the lean over. I'll get as weirder
Can you just
as
go? Let's go. Let's go.
in the middle.
Oh my god.
That one's
So
scary.
okay, you
back to front to back, both ways?
you know if you're a male.
Stop.
Oh yeah, it goes up to your neck. Right? Josh just lifts his genitals and he comes up to his Adam's apple.
You know, if you're a male like me.
Fucking masculine.
Alpha man.
So there's the lift and you go under the middle, right?
Sure.
There's the you push
From
forward
behind.
and you go in behind, right?
Right. Front to back as well.
And then there's the straight up. I stand.
Whoa, leg on the toilet too?
I don't know about that part.
facing the toilet.
Okay, which one are you? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh god.
How about this? If you're 4, speak up so we don't even have to.
So
Wait, are you saying none of you stand to wipe?
I stand.
I crouch.
Yeah, I'm not lifting
stand
my.
as well.
I'm not putting my leg on anything.
after I go, are you telling me none of you stand? And Mason's like, yeah. And then all of us go, yeah, we all
Well,
stand.
I
and
don't
Mason's
stand.
now going, Mason's
I
now
do-
going,
You squat.
Well, no, yeah.
you squat. You
I
pick
do
up.
like, you know.
Well,
Yeah, me
that's
too.
standing.
Yeah.
I
You're-
didn't
you're
consider.
not
I thought
sitting anymore.
I'd consider
No,
this
no,
standing.
that was just a joke. Could you
I
imagine
consider-
someone like on the sink?
all right.
Halloween's coming up, everyone. Halloween's coming up. If you're not watching the podcast, if you're just listening today, we can go ahead and describe our costumes. I'm actually wearing a very realistic dragon outfit. I have horns and spikes, and the mouth
Very
moves,
convincing.
and yeah, that's what I'm wearing today.
Cool.
What do you? How would you describe your costume?
I'm dressed as a 70s hippie, or maybe 60s.
just as you said.
Yes,
Expected from
this
a
was
meme.
planned for a while.
Yes.
I made my own tie dye. I got a tie dye kit and stuff.
Is that actually you made that yourself?
Yeah. It was cool. There were lots of methods, but I found the ice method to be my preferred method.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I went with. It's cool. I got some
Josh?
cool like sunglasses
Sorry.
on. I got
Yeah.
some LS Dizzle in the back pocket. It's cool. I got the whole
Yeah.
thing going. I'm just joking.
Josh.
I'm dressed as, and I know this is a throwback, but I'm dressed as Lady Gaga circa 2009. So I decided to go for her Grammy outfit, which is cured meats all
The
over
meat
my
suit,
body.
Yeah, I can smell
Um,
it. I smell it from here.
Yeah, and believe me, it's harder than you'd think. First of all, you have to make all the bacon, and
Yeah.
that has to go everywhere.
I'm
It's a
actually
lot of bacon.
I'm surprised you went with actual meat.
That's
Usually
right, and I
people
use
just-
staples, which is harder than you think because the crispier parts of the bacon just snap right through. So it's
Right,
really
yeah.
hard to get it on there. So I had to use super glue on the ends.
We'll throw you on the grill to loosen
Yeah, we
you
probably
up.
shouldn't have done this on the couch too.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
it's okay.
Nice
I think it
stain.
looks good. So
It does. Really cute.
Thanks. Definitely.
Would you say meat cute, right?
It's meat cute.
right. Dagger.
All right,
What would you call this whole thing
Well,
you
as
got
you can
going
see,
on here?
all this is I'm Dr. Doolittle. Okay,
Oh.
so like all of the animals that I brought here today,
Right.
those are
I
a part of the
I
costume.
couldn't tell.
Well,
I couldn't
and
tell
like
where you even
part
got
of my
them.
part of the idea is like, once I brought them here, I figured they'd just stay. So I kind of like did the whole like political thing where I like
Yeah.
stuffed some stuff in my costume to bring it into the house. So like
For sure.
this bird here,
Wild.
yeah,
Huh.
no,
Oh.
not wild. But this one is.
Oh,
But this
right.
one I bought. I brought it in. I know you said no birds, but like you can't say no now that it's here.
It's true. It's true.
So,
It's better to ask for forgiveness than
Yeah.
for permission. So
and the snakes are fine.
I don't really mind this.
Yeah, I mean they'll just
they just hang out on your shoulder around whatever.
Right.
You know.
right. The bigger like farm style animals,
Yeah.
Well-
Back there.
we'll need to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was walking on the boardwalk at Venice Beach, and there was some dude with a huge snake on his shoulders. It was pretty crazy. Have you seen that guy?
No.
You ever seen that guy? He's hard to miss. It was honestly terrifying. You can like pay him, and he'll like let you take photos with his snake.
That's kind of cool.
It's crazy. I was not about it. They're powerful
What
creatures.
the
You know?
liabilities of that are? Just like handing out a snake.
Yeah, if your snake bites, so say you are a snake guy and you let people take pictures with your snake. Is there insurance? Is there
Yeah,
like
if
if
it bites
if he
someone,
bites someone, or she bites someone, does it have to be like euthanized?
I don't know. Honestly, I think they like drug up, a lot of like, let's say the snake specifically. I'm sure it's drugged up. It's all like zanned out, and it's just like vegetable mode.
Right.
Right.
People are awful and they do that shit. But, anyways, yeah. What's political about you putting a bird in your jacket? I didn't understand that.
No. So like, okay, so like, oh my God, there's like a political thing where like if a bill is trying to be passed, whether on either side, a lot of times they'll try and like sneak in some things that will help like with their political agenda.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
like, oh, my agenda here is
Oh, I
getting
gotcha.
animals in the house, right?
Okay.
So what I'm doing is my costume happens to be Dr. Doolittle. And I'm
Mhm.
just gonna bring some animals to add to the costume.
Right.
Therefore, I'm bringing them into the house. Oh, they're here now.
There
What are
you
you
go.
gonna do?
It's true. It's true. I like it.
Cool. Welcome, animals.
Yeah. Yep.
Tucker, you almost had a breakdown the other day. Tell us about that. Tell the world.
Well, we were sitting in the studio, and I almost started crying. Dude, I just had it. I
Why?
had it.
It's been crazy. Go on.
Go for it. I actually haven't heard this yet.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people deal with this. It's just like finding a job that feels. This is just gonna get real sad real fast. It's just like finding a job that feels rewarding when it feels like anything I'm doing that's not music is wasting time. So like I started just like losing my shit because I was like, it started with me just being like, I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it
Yeah.
here. I said it like 6 times and I just almost started crying.
Me and
'Cause I
Josh
was-
were just like looking at each other, and it was like, whoa. He
I
really
was,
hates LA.
Yeah, I was playing 2K in my room. So.
Yeah, because Mason doesn't care about me or us. So anyway, what I was trying to get at is that I can't find a job that pays me well where I don't feel like absolute garbage when I come home. Mason has a photo like album of me just crashed out on the couch after work. And I just
See
can't.
that later.
Yeah, I'm sure people are gonna end up seeing it at some point. It's pretty brutal. I'm always like passed out on the couch.
It was funny to see like the photos, and then like after like the first 3, it started getting. I started feeling bad for you. I was
Yeah,
like,
well,
because at first she's like, haha, he's sleeping all the time, and then it's like, oh damn, he's like sleeping all the time.
Yeah, no, it's funny, and then at a certain point, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like work is that hard to where you come home and like immediately knock out. Like that sucks.
I feel like also though you are like staying up till like 12 and waking up at like 4 or 5. So it's honestly probably a little healthy if you took a nap or 2.
Well, so I wake up at 5:30 on days that I open it this job. even when I go to sleep, so like last night I went to bed at like 10:30. Felt like garbage today, but I didn't take a nap because after work I immediately went and got a mean. So like, but if I came home, my ass would have taken a nap. It's just like no matter.
Was that a train?
That sounded like a train.
I thought it was like a roar.
I think that was like a like a.
They're opening up the railroad again, boys.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
The states are back open. No, but I think it just got to a point where I reached a tipping point. And I just needed something rewarding. All of this started with me trying to buy a guitar.
Oh yeah, tell us about that too.
Oh, I got a guitar.
Once we get there.
So I went to this vintage guitar store down on Ventura Boulevard, and like the guy in there is super nice. I'm trying to trade in my guitar because I can't just like buy one straight out. Obviously, talking about money issues earlier in this conversation, but it was beautiful. So I came and tried the guitar. It was way out of my price range, even if I traded my guitar in. So I was like, oh, fuck, damn, that sucks.
It was a dope guitar too.
Oh, it sounded
really nice.
incredible. It sounded so good. It would be so just like not smart for me to have bought it. I wouldn't have had like enough money to like pay for anything. So I didn't get it. And I was really bummed because I was like, it's not even like that crazy of an amount of money. Like, I feel like I should be able to buy something like that because I haven't made any crazy purchases like recently. So I was like, I feel like you're grinning.
You say that like you should be making frequent like crazy purchases.
Well, so what I mean is like I haven't bought anything that's expensive recently.
Right.
So in my head I was like, oh, I should be able to make like one big purchase, like every now and then.
Yeah.
But that's
Which
not
is maybe
how.
like the computer or something.
Yeah, exactly. But like life doesn't work that way, and it's actually really hard to do that.
Yeah, I'm still trying.
So anyway, we that was the night I had like that breakdown because I was like, I just want one because I wanted an acoustic guitar for the last 2 years. Well, more than that, but that's how long I've been saying I wanted one. So anyway, we went to a different guitar store, and I got a different guitar, and I saved a lot of money.
And you like it.
I actually really, really like it. I got a Guild from the 80s. It's really pretty. We named her Blondie, and she sounds great.
We went to Norman's, which is a really cool guitar shop. Mason's giving me the death stare right now because
They
he
went
didn't-
without
he didn't
me.
tag along. But I was super starstruck when we went to Norman's because is his name Norman?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. So he was there, and I don't know, if you guys know anyone that's watching, maybe some of the guitar players, they have like a YouTube channel, and Norman goes around like talking about like some of the fancy guitars they have there, and they have like guitar demos and whatnot. And so I was super scared going in, like my heart was like pumping. And it's not like Norm is a musician or anything, but I've just seen him enough times on the internet that he's just a celebrity to me now. And so the guys were, giving me some shit about it because I was all starstruck, and he was right there. And I walk in, and he doesn't even look at me. He just walks through the store, doesn't give a shit. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Wearing
He's
sunglasses
just a
the whole
normal dude.
time, so you can't see his
Badass.
eyes anyway.
Yeah. And so we start like trying guitars and stuff, and then someone starts demoing a guitar, and it's the most hilarious thing because the second we sit down with an acoustic, this guy starts playing a cranked like Fender Twin, and you can't hear anything. And so Tucker like hands me this guitar. He's like, yo, what do you think? And I'm just like playing it, and you just can't hear anything. It was so weird.
Yeah, it's
So it's
Are
like,
you doing
how does it
this?
feel?
It
How
was
does it feel?
hilarious.
Are you doing this?
No,
Yes.
you could, dude, but you couldn't even
You couldn't
hear
hear
it.
it.
It's actually great. On the videos, you perceive the store as like this huge place with all these guitars on the wall, and like celebrities go in and they like try different guitars, and it's like they have everything. But then when you go in, it's like maybe like 1,000 to 2,000 square foot place.
Like,
Like
it's not small.
it's
but-
not small, but it's like I can run from one side to the other in like 10
6 seconds.
Yeah, like it's
I thought you were gonna stop it. I can run from one side to the other.
just in general, yeah.
Yeah. With get just a little winded.
But the best part was like, so Tucker and I were trying out some more guitars, and then Norman comes right up to us and then picks up a guitar and they start shooting one of his videos where he's just like, hey, this is a Gibson whatever, and it was so cool to just see him do it. Super smooth.
Yeah, he knows exactly like what to say. He didn't stutter once.
Mhm.
Crazy.
I told the guys that I'd take a photo with him if we walked out with a guitar. Didn't take a photo.
We walked out with a guitar
But we
though.
did walk out with a guitar.
You know, I will say too, I think that they thought our budget was way higher. Because I walked in, I was like, I'm looking to trade my guitar in for a guitar.
Right.
This dude tried to hand me like, it was like almost $7,000, like
Yeah.
the guitar he was trying to hand me. Because he was like holding it like, like this. Like, here, take it. And I go, I didn't even touch it. I go, man, my budget's like less than that. Because like I was ideally just looking to get equal value for my guitar, or like maybe spend like a couple $100 max.
If you played that would have ruined your entire.
It would have ruined my whole
Search.
experience because I would have played a $7,000 guitar and been like, that's what I want.
Well, that was the initial problem. That we at the first store we went to, the guitar we played was really great. It was honestly one of the best acoustic guitars I've ever played in my life.
Same.
It felt amazing. The tone was so good, like it was
Spot
crazy. So everything in comparison was just like really tough. And the same day we went to Guitar Center, and you know how that went.
Guitar
dude.
Center is a rough place
First
to
of
try
all,
guitars just in general.
We're playing like $2,000, $3,000 guitars, and Guitar Center has the audacity to hand you that guitar with rusty ass strings and shit, and you're like, what? Obviously, this is terrible.
You're not, they're not going to sell
the
it.
guy handing it to let me tune it first.
Dude, yeah, he's like tuning it for you, and I was like, I thought that was nice, but like,
We can tune a guitar.
dude,
Yeah.
change the strings every
Strings.
once in a while. Damn.
Yeah.
I got to change my strings. You want to have a string changing party with me?
Crazy. What's up?
You want to have a string changing party?
Sure, I changed his strings the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
I gotta
did.
change
It was
mine.
very sweet.
But anyways, we found a couple guilds, and then that guild I think had the best neck on it, and so he decided to go with that, which I think was a good choice. Sounds really good, super balanced.
Should I go get it and show the camera?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go do it. You keep talking.
All right.
That's cool. That's
Well,
cool.
so I think the tone of this one too, like when we were playing the different ones, there was something about the other two guilds. One specifically I just did not like.
Mhm.
The other one was like pretty, I'd say like even in terms of tone, but the neck was just fatty.
It was chunkier.
It was fat, dude. I like. Oh, so the reason we like that first one too is the neck, the initial one, like the one
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was we were struggling to find.
Place.
Yeah, the first place we went to, the neck was unreal.
Yeah, it was really cool. It had this like V type of thing going, like a lot of the Martins do. It was dope. Show them the Git.
Wow.
There it is. It's very nice. It's a lot lighter in person. It looks kind of dark on the camera, but
Hence the name.
it's really
It's
cool.
very blonde. It's like, how would you? I feel like a lot of guitars are a lot like darker than that.
Yeah, it's like all maple. You know, instead of like having some mahogany on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very very pretty. I'm very happy with this choice. I'll give him a chord maybe. Here we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Mic him up. Mic him up.
All right, ready guys? Ready? Oh, that was terrible.
There you go.
It's a little out of tune. That's okay.
Just ignore it.
There you go.
Solid.
E major. You want
Yeah,
E major?
that's the best chord. Nice.
Nice, clean.
Good stuff.
Good
It,
stuff.
it has
stuff.
good sustain too. That's what I've noticed about this one in comparison to like a lot of cheaper acoustic guitars that I've played. And I think that's one of almost the key things I've noticed that I really like about this guitar. Good sustain.
It's cool, and I said this before. It sounds like an already EQ'd guitar.
Mhm.
It's like very balanced. Like it just sounds like it's already been recorded, like out of the box, which is really cool. So, big fan.
Yeah. It was a really good day. It was a good day.
Mhm.
I was really stressed out before I got it for sure because I was like, oh,
We-
dude, like I want that Martin so bad. But honestly, this was the most adult decision I think I've ever made. Was
Mhm.
just like, this is a really good guitar. I'm gonna settle.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
like playing it.
And we spent a long time at the store. And like we tried a lot of shit and like
Yeah. It really
So,
came
like,
down to like
rotated
3
stuff.
guitars.
Yeah.
And they were all guilds. So we picked up like a couple like Martins and Gibsons, but man, we picked up a Gibson that was like super old, that was like really small too.
yeah, it was one
Yeah,
of like
it's
the
tough
little
because all the Gibsons were like, in the neighborhood of $3 to $8 grand,
Mhm.
and so we were like, oh, here's the only one in the budget, and it's like this little like
Yeah.
player style where it's like this like street performer thing. We're like, oh, that sounds thin.
He strummed it and I was like, well, that's not it.
Yeah, it was also like a vintage kind of like, oh, like they would have played this on the side of a railroad, kind of like,
Yeah.
like
It was old.
it was old. But
I saw a Lightning McQueen acoustic guitar on Instagram, and I almost got it.
How much was
How much
it?
was that?
I don't know. I just saw
it's just
it.
like a Barbie Walmart series.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like
Nice.
one of
We
those.
should
I
get one.
was gonna get it.
That would have been sick. I
I'll go
really
back
like the
for it.
idea that we all have like children's instruments,
So we can just bust out a.
so we can bust out a children's instrument cover. Maybe that's the thing we do.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
That'd be a good
Could be.
series.
I really
Our
just like.
songs on children's instruments.
Oh my god.
You already have the mic.
We should just sell your guitar and get 4 other instruments with that money.
Whoa.
There you go, right?
But think about that. Like, you know those children's drums, Josh?
Yeah, I'm already
Yeah,
there.
the issue with those are those
here
are
it is.
still like $200, which is
$25.
Yeah,
Like
like a
Let me
full-
see. Can I see it?
Oh, they're out of
one
stock
cymbal in
right
the
now.
middle?
one cymbal and like the snare and the kick
Yeah.
and like maybe a
Oh wow.
That's $200.
Kind of sick, right?
Damn.
crazy.
Got flames
It's
on
not like
it
they're
and
even
stuff.
like tuned.
Yo, this
well.
No.
kid is rocking out.
Is that acoustic?
Yeah.
Dang.
He's got it.
$25? Wait,
He's-
hold
yeah,
on.
It's
He's
out
got
of
his
stock.
little
That's why I
Pumas
didn't
on
get
and
it.
stuff. Pretty
Do they
cool.
have other types of like
Maybe I
characters?
didn't look. I only saw that.
Spidey action, some Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
1997. Oh, this is a ukulele. No.
Oh,
Oh, I was
No,
like, there's
no
no
way.
way these are.
No, well,
like,
the Lightning McQueen was a good
Bunny
full guitar.
McQueen was the real one.
oh, it's like a 3/4 size or half size
Yeah.
or whatever. Those are sick.
Probably half.
I love half size guitars. I think they're so fun.
all right.
You guys want to tell ghost stories?
Tell us the Mark ghost story that you were
Right.
mentioning earlier.
I don't know if I'm gonna remember the whole thing, but you guys can fill in.
Start with setting.
spaces. Setting. We are. Why were we there? Just for fun?
I think Mark wanted to go to somewhere scary, and we as Massachusetts, New England people were like,
Well, that is that the
This
same
was
day
the
we got
same day
dinner.
we went to dinner.
Oh, you know where
in,
we
like-
went? We
It
went
was, like,
to
the Cape?
we went to the
This was
the
in Rhode Island.
Hamptons.
Oh yeah.
Was
We
it the
went to that
Hamptons?
small little
No.
town.
What's that? All those houses, the big ones.
Oh,
Where I took my
Newport.
Newport Beach.
Newport,
yeah.
Rhode
That's
Island.
where we
Newport,
went.
Rhode
that
Island.
is where we went, and then okay.
We were there because we were taking like photos because it's really nice over there. And we got dinner, and then it was dark, and we were like, Mark was like, "Ooh, let's go somewhere, or we tried to stop by. There's an abandoned naval base, in Rhode Island. I don't remember what it's called. It's called like
I can't remember.
James's Port or
Jamestown.
James. That's somewhere.
That's not
Whatever.
the same state.
It's irrelevant. Anyways, it's like there's like multiple layers. It's like a bunker. You can like it's overlooking the water and it's completely graffitied head to toe. And we decided to go there for sunset because we thought it'd also be cool. But obviously we missed it because we were eating. And so we got there and it was like pitch black. And we still walked into there, and I remember we were just walking around. We had our flashlights. It was like super like legitimately pitch black. Like you couldn't see anything.
It was so scary.
Yeah, and we were walking around with flashlights, going like into it, and like it's just like damp and like dark and echoing, and like we're standing there, and Josh is like hey, I heard like on the news that like this cult came in here like not too long ago and had like a sacrifice with like a goat and everything.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you didn't say this before we like came here. And then he was like, yeah, it was on the news. They like smeared blood all over the place. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So, anyways, that completely added to the fear factor of us being there. And we went to um the underground part of it that I said was all damp and whatnot. And Josh and I have been there a bunch. We were just like walking around, like and so we go down. I mean, like Josh has lived in Massachusetts all his life, so you've been there like you have been going there for years, right?
Yeah.
And so we were down there and we're all like walking around, like going like, "Whoa, look at this! It's so scary." And I look back, and Mark is like standing.
This was as we were outside, and there was like a I don't like a landing.
Yeah, it's basically like because it's on a bay, so it's like an old naval base. So it's like where it like has a big crescent to where
Yeah.
you would point the guns out.
I think
basically.
that's where they used to have like artillery guns
Well,
and stuff.
we were like leaving at this point, Mace.
Yeah,
And
but we
Mark,
we were underground.
No, we weren't.
no, we were
We
above.
were outside.
No, no, no.
we were
This
already
is
outside.
this is before all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
So we're in the underground, and we're looking around with flashlights, and Mark is standing still in like the intersection of hallways, and he just goes, and I'm like looking over to the right because I'm like trying to, I'm freaking blind as a bat. I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm looking down. I'm trying to see what the like graffiti says, and he goes, "You saw that too?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Nothing." And I'm like, "Okay." So, anyways, I'm like, okay, and like preface, Mark has a some sort of ghostly sense. Like he's always somehow like finding ghosts and like all that stuff. Story for another time, I guess. But we're on our way out, and is there anything before we get to the car that happens?
Yes, we were on our way back. Like we were trying to leave, and we were on this landing, and Mark is just like staring at this wall, like, and we're like, "All right, let's go," and he's just like staring at this wall. So we like finally head back to the car or whatever, and he's like with us.
We all get in the
We
car.
all get in the car. Mark does not. Mark stands in front of the car and continues to stare in the direction of the naval base. And at this point, I'm like, "Come on, dude! Like, I had to poop so bad because like I
Yeah.
ate too much food at dinner. You
It was
remember this?
really good.
And I was
we were
like,
all
I
on
was
the
like,
brink
oh
of like
God. I'm like,
throwing up.
yeah, I was like, oh no, this is bad. I was like, just get in the car. And this dude stands out there for like 5 minutes, just
Which, I mean,
staring.
Not a long time when you say like 5 minutes, but for just
No.
sitting there, that's
when we're
a
just sitting in the
long
car and
time.
he's just in front of the car staring back
Just
at the
pitch
naval
black.
base. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So Mark gets back in the car after all this time. We're just dead silent because it's a mix of having to poop, it's late, and what a weird experience that just was,
He was acting kind of off.
He didn't say anything. Sorry. And so we're driving down the highway, and nobody said a thing, and then Mark's like, "Hey, Josh." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Have you like been there before when you were like a kid?" And Josh was like, "I mean, yeah, I used to go there all the time." And he's like, "Did you ever go there with like a girl?" And Josh was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And then so Mark goes and says, "When we were there, a woman came to me, and it wasn't like he didn't see anything. He didn't like nothing was there, but it was just kind of like something came into his brain, or something. I don't know. I obviously didn't experience it." And he was saying a woman was there and she died. I don't know if she died there, but she died, and she said that she knew Josh, and like explained like Mark was like she had like black hair, like glasses or something like that, and he was like, Josh, did you like know anybody that like fits that description, and you like went there with her? And Josh was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And whatever, we go through the night, and we get back at the house, and it's just me, Tucker, and Josh. And Josh goes, I did go to the naval base when I was 13 years. Oh, by the way, he also said that she said that Josh looks a lot older now. And so we get
So creepy.
we get back. Josh goes, I knew someone. It was a girl. She was older than me. We went there when I was 13 to like
Yeah,
Do a photo shoot.
do a photo shoot.
Basically, I had a band when I was like 13, 14, and we had like a photo shoot there, and the photographer was a girl. She was like 24, and she had black hair.
Right. And she passed away.
I don't know. I couldn't find her Facebook, but no, it could be. know.
Anyways,
Well,
Without
maybe
knowing
it wasn't her.
well, all I'm saying, without knowing anything, Mark nailed it. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like, it's weird because I'd been there 2 times, like as a little kid.
Yeah.
With like my aunt, I think, and then other than that, I had only been back when I was around like 13, 14. And
With
yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's weird.
I guess so. I don't know if it's enough for me to believe at all because
I think the scariest thing that ever happened to me was Josh and I were sitting in the living room one time. And a plate just slid across the whole table.
it was weird. Yeah,
I'm
like looking at the plate and it's like moving. Like
I literally just go, Josh, it's moving. And it just moved like literally from like here to like here.
yeah,
And I was like,
off?
no, it didn't fall off. It
Oh.
just stood there. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I took a video of it at some point. I think I have a video because I sent it
where
to
are
the
you
group.
going?
That means like, this is boring. No, so I remember I took a video and sent it to Mark, and Mark brought over his ghost hunting gear. And that was the best day ever because that was so funny. He was like, let's see if there's anything here.
Was there?
I don't think so. I don't remember. But yeah, that was really weird. I think I turned it down to like maybe the table's wet and like at an angle or something.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Here's the thing. It was sitting there for like an hour without moving. And all of a sudden it just started moving. Maybe it was a small earthquake. Who knows?
You know what we should do? If Mark ever comes and visits us, right? We should do the podcast on what's that ship that's near us? That's like a really haunted ship. Shoot, I'm gonna forget.
I don't
the
know,
name.
but I'm down.
But I want to say it's the Queen Mary, but the Queen Mary is I think it might be
Is
the
a
Queen-
woman.
Are you allowed to just go on it?
Yeah, so they have a hotel on it.
Oh, I know exactly what you're
Yes.
talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if it's called the Queen Mary. That just might be a name of a old ship.
Right.
But we should definitely do a podcast.
That's hilarious.
Rent a hotel room.
Mark has all the hunting equipment.
That would be funny.
Can we get all our podcast stuff like so portable so
Yeah,
that we can just
easy.
run?
It's already pretty
It's already
portable.
pretty
We just
portable.
really need to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, all these.
And move to
All
something like
put
that.
all this in a backpack.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
We should do that. That'd be really funny.
Or awful. Like
Yeah, or
so
terrifying.
scary.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny until we all
I think it's
die.
like one of the most haunted places in the U.S.
Can
for
we
sure.
start with like a less haunted place, maybe?
I'm sure there's a lot around California.
Can I be honest? I'm really scared of like ghosts.
Yeah, 100%. I
Um,
believe in that shit.
me too.
I feel like I don't. I've never had an experience.
I haven't either. Not really.
You just.
But here's the thing. I do think that they exist or that there is something that we as humans have not learned about yet.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot about the world that we don't fully understand. And I'm like, maybe you can chalk it up to like science or something. And like there's
Random, unexplainable occurrences.
exactly. But I mean, like, considering we haven't even like explored all of the ocean yet, I think there's probably a
That
lot
is
about
so
like
crazy.
yeah.
I like how that's your rationale. For,
I-
I was watching Planet Earth and I was just thinking about ghosts the whole time.
and I was like, wow, if we haven't explored the ocean, I bet we haven't explored ghosts.
I
But
will
no.
say I've watched a lot of Ghost Hunters, and that shit is real. I'm serious. I'm a believer, man.
I want to watch that show.
It's
we
right
should
now.
look,
that should be our show. That should be like
dude.
a show we
Zach
watch.
Bagans, say what you will,
Oh my
you
god.
know about Zach Bagans, but he has convinced me that they are not faking.
I love that fucking show. It is so entertaining.
It's really good.
I feel like it has to. It's so dependent on the episode. Some episodes,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just not.
Yeah,
real.
sometimes I feel like they got to stretch it, you know?
You know what it is? I just feel like if they were faking it, like specifically Ghost Adventures in comparison to all the other ghost shows that I've also seen, they have episodes where there's just like not really evidence that is that cool. You know, that's like crazy entertaining.
And they're
I
just
feel like if they were faking it,
They
that they'd
wouldn't.
throw like crazy shit in there, and so they never find anything insane. I've seen every episode of the show.
I feel like
And not once is there like a crazy like apparition that's just like, you shall not pass.
I feel like the whole
You know what I
my thing is
mean?
I feel like the whole show is kind of like a product of going into a really old house
Mhm.
that makes a lot of noise and then using tools that will inevitably have human error in it. So you're like hearing things just because you want to hear them.
Right. I get that.
And then they're
feel
cutting
that.
them together into an entire show that is entertaining. And then
Dude.
they're using, like effects and music to hype it up.
I gotta show you some of the ones like here in LA. Crazy.
We'll watch an episode after this.
Crazy.
We're
I'm
definitely gonna watch an
so
episode
down,
after this,
So
dude.
down.
But like, I feel I agree with Josh on like I think ghost hunting in general can sometimes be just like a little fake.
Oh, for sure. It was actually a career I wanted to go into. I was
Wow.
really okay. So
Well, that's just a whole different.
no, like I was really
Career.
into ghost shows when I was
Career.
like,
career.
yeah. So I was really into ghost shows like growing up, like, 13, 14, 15. Up until now, I
16,
still watch that
17,
shit.
18.
But I was, I was looking into the gear that they were using.
Right.
It's kind of expensive.
It
But
is.
I was in. I was like ready to go, and I was thinking about like who could I use for my team because I need a group of people.
Dude, if I'm ever getting a ghost hunting team, I'm getting Mark
Yeah. But apparently Amin too.
and Amin. Yeah,
I guess so, dude.
Amin's got
I'm in, man.
the heart for it. You know.
Amin, you know what would
I'll be
happen?
the passion
A
of the
ghost would be
squad.
like, "I'll kill you," and be like, "Prove it."
No, I would be so scared.
We were just saying while you were in the bathroom that 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 ship that's near LA where you can stay on. It's a really old ship. I think it's called
Okay.
Queen Mary, but I'm not sure.
Oh my god, there was a Ghost Hunters episode about
Oh,
that
okay.
ship.
Yeah, so you can stay on it, and we were saying we should do a podcast in the hotel room on that ship.
Dude, that's It's
Maybe
crazy
once we
stuff.
start making money
It's
from the
really
podcast.
scary.
Yeah.
So we can pay off the hotel.
I mean,
we
like,
just start
what is-
doing
what
the
is it-
podcast in haunted locations. Oh my god.
Pretty funny.
Handmade
I'm not ready for
haunted
this.
house podcast.
Oh, this would have been the one for it too.
That could be our in.
That could be our in.
We'll just do it every Halloween.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I don't know, guys. I like it scares me, honestly. Like I feel like if I'm in a situation where there's actual paranormal activity, I don't know if I could keep my shit together.
Yeah,
don't
I
think I
think.
could.
I
even
think I'd be
beyond-
really scared.
Even beyond the exact moment where shit's going down, that might mess me up for life. Like,
Wait, so you all believe in ghosts?
yes,
I,
100%.
yeah, I think so.
I don't even say the term like ghosts. I just say I think there's something that we don't fully understand.
Paranormal.
Yeah. Whether it's paranormal
I don't.
or
I won't
not,
say like ghosts, like
Yeah.
ooh, but like spirits and
Mhm.
like,
I think there's something that we don't fully understand for sure. Obviously, we discover new things every single like day. To say that to say ghosts are 100% not real, I
no,
think is just
I
like
don't. I don't.
I think
that.
that's hard-headed. To say that there's nothing is hard-headed. Because it may not be like ghosts. It could just be like literally proven by science that something is happening in those locations.
It could just be like energy fluctuations.
Exactly.
Sure.
Something as
Exactly.
simple
That's
as
what I
that.
mean.
Sure.
Like, I think that it's something that we haven't really like studied because also like no one really cares enough to study it. Or maybe people are studying it. And if you are, I'm so sorry that I just said that.
No, there are
That's
people
sick.
that are really into it. I think it's just not a very like. There's no funding for ghosts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Government ghost
no
funding.
one. It's all just like passion projects. People just trying to
Right.
like prove.
I think
this
it's
stuff.
because it's so like belief based. Also,
Yeah.
But let's say they are 100% real ghosts. Like, ooh, ghosts. Yeah, right? I think the majority of them aren't trying to cause harm. I think a lot of them, well, based on movies I've seen and stories I've heard, are like stuck on this planet because they like they're missing something, or they didn't serve their purpose, or like they're trying to finish something that they started, or something of that type. It's not like I'm trying to hurt people.
Yeah,
I
so
think
there's-
malicious
yeah.
energy is like less common.
There's that thing you're talking about where like the ghost has like its own like thoughts, right? Like it's still living in this space, kind of, even though it's dead. But then there's also this other thing where this is from, I heard this from one of the shows that I watched, that if something really powerful happens, let's say in this house, the energy of that occurrence imprints on like the wood or any like organic material. And then the energy of what just happened, it kind of like starts to play on a loop. So like that occurrence just keeps happening over and over and over again. So like these spirits or something are not they don't have their own thoughts. They aren't like taking action. It's just like a loop of an event that happened, and it's just like going over and over again. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so that's like when the same thing keeps happening in like one
Yeah.
location, like this one door slams every night or some shit like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, something like that.
Interesting stuff.
Speaking of energy, you want to get real deep for a second?
All
I
right,
think
dude.
human energy is such a thing that like people don't understand.
Yeah, dude. Let me grab my Labradorite real quick. It was just charging under the moonlight. Let me just grab it.
Okay, hold on. No. I'm
Oh
not
my
talking about that.
God.
I'm just
talking
joking.
about fully like human energy, as in like, okay. All right. Fine. We're gonna
I like crystals, dude. I got a couple in my room.
Bro, I'm not even talking about crystals.
Oh,
right
I
now.
know. I
Come
know
on.
you're not. I know.
But like, I tell this to every single person who brings up like energy or like anything that happens with like feeling things like that, like higher or supernatural powers or whatever. I do think like human energy is like a very strong thing that we don't understand. Like when you go to a concert and everyone's in the room feeling the same thing, like if you go to a really good concert and everyone feels the same way, you do feel that weird, like,
It's like a high.
it's like a high, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not
For
just
sure.
from like performing. I'm talking about like in the audience. If everyone is there for the same purpose, like you feel that.
Mm-hmm.
or if someone's like let's say we're all here, right? And Josh is like in a shitty mood, but
But we
like
all know.
like even if he doesn't like say anything or
Yeah.
do anything that's like different, like you can just like feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even like with a random person, you can just feel like, oh, that dude's got something.
Yeah, you feel people's like energy.
So do you feel like that's like a like the same way that gravity is a force? Do you feel like that's like something that's being passed from body to body? Or are you saying just generally? Because I feel like for me, that's just a behavioral thing that other people can pick up on based on like societal like norms and stuff. And then that translates into your brain with chemicals. You know what I'm saying?
I
Okay,
do.
to bring it into something that's a little different then.
Yeah.
Religion. So like if you go to church, people all are at like a concert essentially going there for the same reason, right? But they think it's God.
Mhm.
I think it's just human connection.
I think it's a matter of evolution and tribe mentality.
Right.
Which
So,
is what
but
he's
tribe
saying,
mentality
kind
is
of.
exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
it
Yeah.
is. It's not just strictly like. It's not strictly like, oh, your body language. Like that's not
Sure.
all I'm picking up on, because like you could be acting completely normal. I would still probably know if you're in a bad mood.
Right, but I don't necessarily think that that is like an energy being passed from person to person. I think that's has something to do with your brain that like chemically like endorphins come up and like that.
But even
Yeah.
endorphins, I would consider like a type of energy, essentially.
Okay.
So like you can get super scientific with it if you
No,
want.
I don't mean to be scientific. I just mean like I want to make the distinction of like, are we talking about um like a force that we can't see being
Yes, it is
okay.
technically.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think we can see it and I don't think we understand it fully. But I do think it has, I think it can be compared to tribe mentality for sure.
Mhm.
Like the idea of like that feeling. Also, when I just said when people go to church, and just because I realized I was thinking about that after I said it, I was like, I'm not saying that God isn't real. Like, whatever, I think people can believe in whatever they want. I just think that a lot of that feeling I also get from going to concerts. So that's for me like really interesting, because I'm like, okay, maybe it's like the humans around me rather than being like, oh, like it's God making me feel this way. I'm like, maybe it's the people around me like all coming together for the same reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's
So
the
that's what I think.
search?
I think it's partially like a tribe mentality thing, but like energy, sure, you could also bring it up to like endorphins and like pheromones and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
I'm thinking that it's probably something that's been built in by evolution because um the more people in a tribe, uh the better off the society grows.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
Yep.
probably something to do with that.
Or magic.
Or magic and crystals.
It could be just crystal energy, at the end of the day.
Word.
Go leave your rocks out under the sun. Charge them again. Soraya taught me about that.
Whoa,
mhm.
well. What about Josh? What about our Qigong class? How do you explain that?
Um so for me I got nothing.
Hold on. So I also think that this isn't shitting on you.
Yeah, go for it.
I just think that you have a very like you just when you're analyzing things, that's exactly what you're doing. You're like analyzing things.
Yeah, so
like
I actually
this is what
I
it
will
is.
say when I went in there, I was like, I'm gonna completely believe in this for a second. I'm gonna just like suspend disbelief on this. My two friends had an amazing experience. I'm just gonna let go. And what happened was just the breathing itself gave me an anxiety attack because like when
It's tough.
yeah, it's hard to get through the first time I think because you're breathing in like a rhythm. So you're trying to like that it's sort of like a type of meditation.
It is a meditation, but it's
um,
also exercise. Like it's meditation and exercise combined for
Mhm.
sure.
And so that just generally like gave me an anxiety attack, just something with the breathing. But then the second time it didn't, but again didn't feel anything and then
I
maybe.
took the class twice.
Hold on.
The first time
We should talk about
Oh, yeah, I
Qigong.
will.
Okay.
The first time I took it, it was magical and amazing, and Tucker and I had a great time. The second time I took it, I was so in my head, like losing focus about like everything. Also, I realized that um, the class was a lot harder to imagine because I can't actually imagine anything. Um, what?
What do you
You
mean?
can't actually imagine anything?
Yeah, like you close your eyes because the whole class he's
You
like, all
can't
right,
imagine anything?
no,
Yes, some people are like that. There's different degrees of it too. So like
You have no
so
imagination.
imagine this,
No.
right? So like if you close your
Wow.
eyes,
What is that?
no,
It's
like
called
I can't really
aphantasia.
do that either. So like if you close your eyes and you think of an apple, right?
You
And
think of a red apple.
You think of a red apple with a stem and a green leaf, right?
Close your eyes. Do that.
I'm thinking about it.
You see it?
Yeah, I see
Do
it.
you see it as a complete thing where you see it three-dimensionally, or do you see it as kind of like a hazy thing that you can see through, but you kind of see the red, you kind of see the green, right?
It's
Or-
definitely like a hazy thing.
right. So there's multiple, and this gets into like a whole thing where like people with picture perfect memory and stuff like that, where there's different degrees of being able to see and imagine things. Some people can't at
Zero.
all. Some people like literally when they
Pitch
close their
black.
eyes,
Well, it's not like you like see the picture.
I know there's nothing going
No,
on.
like yeah. So like
You understand how you're describing this makes it sound like you're brain dead, right? You go, close my eyes, nothing going
happens.
on.
It's just
nothing
it's just
going on.
radio
That's why I'm looking at
silence.
you like,
No. I
Tell
can
me-
like I know what.
can
and
you like imagine scenarios?
I can like I can't visualize it, but like it's like
but you mentally
I can
like go,
I kind of like talk myself through it. You know?
Okay.
Like it's more
Yeah.
it's just the voice in my head telling me things
So-
rather
so this-
than
this-
Then actually visually seeing it. It's
Exactly.
literally just like it's like an audio book versus a
Yeah.
movie.
And this
exactly.
is another thing where when people say like that
or
little
a
voice in your
podcast
head.
perhaps.
You know that little voice in your head that
Yeah.
like you can like imagine someone talking through something that's happened, or just a voice in your head that tells you to do something, right?
Sure.
Some people don't have that at all. I don't have that at all, but I can see visually things. So it's just like there's little differences and varying of like how much you can audibly hear something or visually hear something, and that usually stems to also how you learn things.
I feel like I have both.
Yeah, you might have just a little bit of both. There's different,
My voice in my head is like really loud, and then I have nothing visually because like even when like you guys are sitting here and you guys are all talking, like the voice in my head is just like sometimes just repeats everything you're saying,
Okay.
so I
interesting.
can like
Well, now I'm just repeating everything you're saying. in my
Yeah,
head
because
you
now
just said
as soon
that.
as I think about that, I can do it too.
right
do it
or
too.
like I'll
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
just like I practice sentences in my head before I say them.
Well, so here's the thing, like, and not to. They usually stem for like executive functioning disorders, right?
Which ones?
Say like I can't see anything, or say I can't. Just an easier example. Say I can't hear a voice in my head, like to repeat something that someone said. That usually stems to like you can't take like attention deficit disorder.
Right.
Like you can't take in information just from someone speaking it. You need to hear it or see it a different way or do it physically. Same thing.
It's
I
kinda
feel like
crazy.
I'm really good at both. That's the thing is I feel like I can both like picture an apple and I could also just like my inner voice
Describe
could
the
also
apple.
describe it perfectly
Yeah.
too. Not
I
perfectly.
I
but,
just
like,
can't
well.
see
So
it.
basically, what I'm saying is that I'm
a god.
diagnosing Mason with ADD. I think he should be on
I
Ritalin.
honestly think I should have been diagnosed with ADD.
Dude,
a
let's
long
I think
hook
about that
you up
all
with
the
some
time.
Addies, man.
time. I was like, hey mom, I think I might have ADD, and she goes, all right, go get it checked out. Never did.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that was like elementary school and middle school. I feel like I got it under wraps in high school.
All right, wait, hold on. Qigong.
Oh, back to Qigong.
We're in Qigong class, right?
Right.
So
Oh wow, I took you on a journey.
yeah,
after
yeah.
that.
So okay, so the second, because the whole class, he's like, all right, imagine like a light is pouring through your head and like all this stuff. Like he's walking you through it, and
This must be hard for you.
yes, it is very hard for me. So I have to like just like kind of like talk myself through it in like a story way. But so like the second time I almost got nothing out of it because like I couldn't do it. The first time though, like I don't know, it would just work better. And like one time I was doing it and like he was just saying things and he was like, all right, now I just want you to sit here like this and just like, and like my eyes are closed, but all I saw in like is as if my eyes were open was just the color green, like bright green. My eyes were closed, bright green. It was the craziest thing ever.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
Are you referencing the like energy thing?
Well, yeah, because I don't know. I can't explain that.
Oh, because you never see anything usually.
I never see.
So this
but
is your
I
first
started,
time seeing something.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm.
Okay.
All green. There's no anything other than green. But my eyes were completely shut.
That's interesting. I feel like so meditation already is hard, right?
Mhm.
I think meditation is super difficult actually. I'm very bad at it because the idea of it is to like have a clear mind and follow and like basically be like at peace within yourself. And I'm not good at that part because like I feel like I think a lot and I can also picture a lot of scenarios. And like for me, qigong was tough because I could never get my mind to calm down. And that's what was difficult is when you try and calm a busy mind, sometimes it causes that mind to be more busy. So that's what gave me anxiety. Not every day, but I will say there were certain days where the breathing just like set me off. Because if you already have anxiety and then you start doing like a breathing exercise,
Yeah, where you're like focusing on your breathing. I just forget how.
yeah, I forget. Or like I focus too much on it. Cause like there's a thing where like you have anxiety and then you like focus on your breathing and it helps. But like if you're doing it in like an intense breathing way,
Like
Game
full
over.
breath in, full breath out. It's
like heavy and like you're paying attention to every single one and you're already feeling anxious and it's not like, yeah, anyway. Bad
And
stuff.
also like the fact that you can't just like stop.
Yeah. Or else he'll be like,
Yeah,
what are
it's
you
weird.
doing?
I think the thing with the meditation, because I used to try to like meditate as well, and I just kind of like fell off. But like, especially with because like I get a lot of thoughts, and my mind is like racing constantly. But I think where people fall short with the meditation, it starts to become an issue when you're sitting there and it's just like, fuck, I need to not have thoughts. I need to not have thoughts. But where
Yep.
what you really want to do is like be like a spectator to the thoughts rather than like living in them. So like when they come to you, you like separate yourself from it and you're like as if it's like you're in a movie theater rather than like you living these thoughts and emotions and then being able to like accept that they're there and just like swiping to the left and then like try again. And the next thought is slightly more distant than the other one. Then you swipe it again. And then every other time the thoughts are farther and farther away. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
really good way
that's
of
the
putting it.
thing. But
That's
I can't
so
do that
hard.
shit, but that's the idea, at least.
That's so hard.
Yeah,
It's such a
How do you
hard
swipe it
concept.
away? You're just like, okay, I'm done thinking about that.
because like
Yeah.
you just accept it for what it is, and then think of it as in like as if you're just watching it happen rather than it actually happening to you.
That's hard.
It's
Another
like that
thing-
thought is like now that Gatorade bottle, and I could just go put it in the kitchen now and not
Yeah.
look at it.
Another thing is like
You know?
another way of people, I think it's the same thing, but people describe this is just like once a thought comes to you, you have it and you let it go. Whereas when I have a thought, I have the thought and I feel everything possible from that thought,
Mhm.
and then it sticks with me all day. And it's not like oh, let me forget, because like even if I forget, I'm still feeling the feelings that I felt from it. Does that make sense? So that's why meditation's hard.
I think like if I'm just like going about my day and I have like a thought, if I think sometimes I can actually just be like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna think about that, and then I can just like completely ignore it, but it'll obviously come back sometimes, and I can do that. But I don't think if I was like sitting down and the only thing I had to do was think, it's more of distracting myself rather than like actually.
Yeah,
putting the
exactly. You're
thought away.
replacing it with something else,
Rather
regardless
than-
if that something else is like, I'm gonna walk over here,
Yeah.
or that's a new thought. Yeah, when you're completely in void, it's very difficult to get rid of the thought.
Yeah. But I like that even goes back to show like, because like my whole like breakdown that happened this week, that's not just like 1 or 2 days. That's the combination of like a bunch of thoughts that have just been building up for like probably the last couple months. And all of a sudden I'm just like,
Help.
"Ah!" And they all come out. And they all find a way out. And it's not like I don't talk about these things, because I talk about these things with everyone. But like sometimes you just need like the breakdown to get like the last little bits out.
Even talking about it, like sometimes doesn't do shit.
Doesn't help. Doesn't help sometimes at all, actually.
It's like especially like with like how we are, I feel like talking to you guys about something is almost the same as just like keeping it in my head,
Because we're so close at this
Exactly.
point,
It's like I'm not really.
you're not like getting something off your chest.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
I'm putting my information also in your head.
yeah. And I'm like, great. Yep.
Yep.
That's actually really funny. And maybe that's why partially it's tough for me, because like you guys know, and a lot of times we'll be experiencing similar
Yeah.
things. So like, it's like, hey, I'm experiencing this. And you're like, Same.
Nice.
I live with you.
Yeah.
Also dealing with
Roommates.
this. And they were roommates.
Maybe this is why people get therapists.
Yes, we actually
Hire-
just
Yeah.
described why people
Why
go to
people
therapy.
go to therapy.
For the last 20
Yeah.
minutes, we've been like, this is what I've been dealing with, except on a podcast.
Yeah.
Quite a Halloween podcast.
Oh yeah. The true fear
Yourself.
is your own thoughts.
And on that note, go to therapy. It's actually a really good thing.
Don't be shy. Yeah, just give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Now would be a good time for that like therapy ad that I keep hearing on podcasts.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, God, what's it called? It's the online
Go
one.
watch any Dax Shepard podcast
Yeah.
and find that ad.
Oh,
Armchair Experts.
Armchair Experts, yeah.
well, yeah, the pocket, but
It's called like
BetterHelp.
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 I think it's BetterHelp, yeah.
Is it online?
Yeah,
Nice.
you could even text them if you want.
That's sick. Cool.
Go to BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. If you want to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Or send us a DM.
yeah, I mean, I think that's, oh God, whole nother subject too, is like, so I love talking to like people who listen to our music. I think it's incredible. I feel like I've become kind of like an outlet for some people, which I think is really great. Because a lot of times we'll like share like information where like, oh, like I've been dealing with this. I've got some really, really, really hard stuff that people have been going through, and like, I'm not a therapist. Like, so I don't know how to deal with those feelings, because when I hear that someone's going through that, I immediately put myself in that position and like feel it. And that's what like sucks, and why therapists have the hardest job in the world, and I can never be one. And I still like talking to people about this. This isn't me saying don't DM me, like saying these things. It's just me saying like, I'm sorry if I don't have a therapist type response. Like, I can only imagine what going through those things is like. Anyway.
Sometimes all people need is empathy.
Yeah. Or just someone to talk to or tell what's going on.
I don't think anyone messages you expecting like a groundbreaking response or anything. I think they just want to,
They just, some
throw
people
it
just
out
need
there.
someone to talk to. And like, I think a lot of people feel alone often. Yeah. Even if they've got a lot of friends, I think a lot of people feel alone. Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
guys. Oh my
All
god.
right. So anyway,
Oh,
on
we
that
gotta
note-
go. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of
It's
here.
about to get so sad if we keep going this direction.
Well, I think this is a good spot.
Yeah. How about you play your song right now after we just talked about this?
All right, let's go for it.
No. So anyway, let's call it there. But yeah, have a great Halloween. Stay safe. Stay inside. Make sure your circle's close. Did you have something to add?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have something you want to say, buddy?
You looked at me and like,
I looked at it like, I guess we're ending it here.
yeah, I think we're ending it here.
I felt like it was a good,
Yeah, it was
good moment.
It was good.
Yeah. So stay close, with your circle. Try and stop the spread of corona. Maybe we'll
Mhm,
see you next
mhm.
year in
Hopefully.
person.
I think the next podcast we will have a guest. Cole.
Huh?
Oh,
interesting.
Cole will be here.
Can we also try to get some questions from listeners for next
Oh,
week?
yeah,
we
I keep
post
forgetting
them?
to do that.
Let's do that. We'll try like an Instagram poll. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram poll. But yeah, have a great Halloween. We will see you next week. Actually, you know what's funny is I think that the last podcast didn't upload to Spotify, but it will be uploaded now.
Really
So they're gonna get 2 this week.
Nice.
nice.
Congrats, people.
So if you're only audio, congrats.
Here
We're on
you are.
Spotify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got us on Spotify, dude.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
know. What's
It
our
took-
picture?
It's just our logo.
Oh, cool.
So it's separate from our artist page.
Yes,
it's like
sir.
another thing.
If you search Handmade Hangouts on Spotify,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
so say you're driving in your car and you want to listen, but you don't want to watch the video because we're obviously so distracting. Pull us up on Spotify at Handmade Hangouts.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, I know, right? I think
Wow.
1 through 5 is there.
Something like that.
4 of them.
All right, you're getting
Nice.
3 this. No, 2. It's still 2. This
Yeah.
is 6.
This is 6.
All right. All right, great.
Okay,
While
anyway.
they figure it out, have a great week.
Wow, there it is.
Okay.
Have a great.
Stocks, pranks, and sex toys. That's the one.
Good one.
Good one.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Amin plays out.
All right, here we go. Bow, 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 bow. Peace out.
Handmade. Handmade House Podcast. We got that. We got that. Handmade House. Got that Handmade House Podcast.